Ladies and gentlemen, hi, hello, how are you? It's your old pal Jason, very late with this month's state of the channel thing, and it's totally my fault. Totally my fault. There's been a lot going on here at Groove Machine headquarters, and I just spaced it. Getting the heavy thing out of the way. You know, pal Jason might have to find a new house. Might have to move. This one I've been living in, I've been trying to get them to sell me forever, and I don't know if they're going to want to do it, but they've decided that it's time to start looking to sell it. And so far, they haven't been too welcoming of my offers. But they're also not really telling me what they want either, which makes it difficult, you know? So, potential gonna be a thing maybe coming up. So that's been on my mind a lot the last week, because it's been about a week. Yeah, I would have got the letter about it the day I should have been doing this, so I apologize for not getting it to you. It's how that goes sometimes. Anyway, that's out of the way. How you doing? Are you excited for March? I was excited for March until it's snowed like 3 times in the last week. Let me tell you, that sucks. I'm ready to not have snow anymore. I'm ready to be able to go outside and do my job outside and, do things. Just sitting around inside, I'm not getting much done. I mean, I'm getting a lot of YouTube stuff done. Podcast channel is up. Soundtrack channel is up. But it's not quite the same thing. You know what I mean? I'm even doing stuff in the background while I'm talking to you about this. So numbers is up. 154 subscribers now. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. I don't know why YouTube doesn't tell me. I mean, they kind of tell me. Like, according to this, it's because people have not made their subscriptions public for whatever reason. I've gained more subscribers in the last, 2 weeks, but the last one that's listed is from January. But then there's one from March, kind of tucked way down here with the December ones. It's bizarre. I don't get it. Last 7 days, just one person. It's fine. I don't care. I'm just pointing out it's a little strange, right? Project-wise, what have we had going on? Well, Final Fantasy VII is still happening, and I appreciate some of the comments I've gotten on some of those videos where people have been, yeah, this is a little weird. This is kind of bad. Neo Orochi is slowly coming around, I would say, to my opinion, which is fine. Works for me. Turn-based gamer's been dropping some comments, and I appreciate. You had one. If you watch this video, explain this one to me, because I couldn't figure it out. Would you? In Kid Icarus Part 1, you said your roaming A syndrome costs you points in this game. Now, I don't know what that means. I watched the video. I don't recall me saying that. So if you would, I wouldn't mind. You don't have to, but I'm confused. Along with Final Fantasy VII, a couple cooking videos have gone up. I don't know how excited everybody is about those. There's something quick and stupid that I enjoy doing, so that's why I do those. And another little thing. Some of you may know that I have some feelings about a gentleman here on YouTube with us named Darkside Phil, who's made quite a name for himself for nothing good. Right, he's a storied individual, let us say. Threatening physical violence on people back when he was in the fighting game community. You know, when he was the #1 rated Super Street Fighter Super Turbo whatever version he played that no one but him played in America. He's a former pro fighting game champion. Back before he left YouTube because he wasn't making any videos, and then he went to Blip, and then he got kicked off of Blip for, Nazi comments, and then came back, and he's been kicked off of YouTube and Twitch several times. masturbated on a stream. Phil's got some, I mean, mobile game gambling addict. He's married, stupid. Phil's got some things. And normally, you know, I will make fun of somebody. I will do that often because I think it's fun. And people make fun of me. That's fine. I get it too. And I don't, you know, I don't take it personally. I don't take it as a physical attack against myself when someone says, "God, you're terrible at this game," which has happened. I've got a Let's Play Mega Man X4. I had never played the game before. One of the stages was, that game is bad to begin with, but one of the stages was just complete garbage. And I sucked horribly at it, and there's been comments on the video. Kind of a Retsu Prey style thing, and you know, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. I can play the game now and not have any of those issues, but back then, oh man, it was bad. That all to say, Phil is how this is how you don't play started, because he's bad at everything. He's really bad. Doesn't read directions, will read things out loud and retain none of it. Even minutes later, he'll do playing a game that's kind of got some puzzly aspects to it, and we're gonna get to why I'm talking about all this in a minute. He'll do something in one room, 2 rooms later, he'll have to do it again, and completely just block out that he's done it before, because he left the room. That room doesn't exist anymore. He doesn't need to know about it. Everything's got to be a pattern. If it's not a pattern, he can't do it. He can't react to anything. And a former pro fighting game champion, but even then, he just pattern plays everything. And you can see it when he plays Street Fighter and all these other fighting games that he does. Not as much as he used to, because he's bad at them. And he doesn't want to look bad at them. So he doesn't, it's a thing. But yeah, anyway. So, Phil, a while ago, streamed Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, which I really enjoy that game. And I've streamed it, I've Let's Played it a couple times. So, I thought, alright, former pro fighting game champion, called himself one of the best overall gamers in the country. Let's put up him playing Zelda 2 with his self-professed skills against me playing Zelda 2. With my I don't have any self-professed skills when it comes to this. I just know the game better than he does, because he's never played it before. He played it, I think, a little bit, but... So, we're kind of side-by-siding. Not the whole game, but I'm taking dungeons. So, as of today, you can see he and I run through Parappa Palace, side-by-side. And you can see he and I run through Medoro Palace in part 2, side-by-side. And just, you know, compare and contrast. Pro gamer, guy who streams 8, 9, 10 hours a day, 5, 6 days a week. To me, who might record videos maybe 3 hours a week, maybe 4, and might play games for fun maybe 2 or 3 hours a week. So, and we're both about the same age. We grew up playing the same things. He had an NES and knew some of the games that I know. He had a Super Nintendo, played some of the games that I know. He just really kind of went Street Fighter for a while, right? And I didn't, because I didn't care. So, you know, it's just a thing. I just want to see. Let's just compare somebody who, you know, very confident, but maybe no skill to back that confidence up, versus me, who's confident, but not braggadocious about it. Okay, so if you want to watch some of that, it's there. I'll keep going with those. I will tell you, so far in the first 2 parts, I finish in about half the time that it takes him, and he's using save states. Like every room, save state. Comes through a door, save state. Kills an enemy, save state. Comes through another enemy, save state. Kills it, save state. He's and if he would just sometimes take the death, it would save him time. But he won't. Sometimes in that game it doesn't, because you got to go all the way back to the beginning. Anyway, that's what's happening at the channel. Put out a poll not too long ago asking what y'all wanted to see when I finished recording the replay of Mega Man X Command Mission. Y'all voted on that, and I appreciate it. And you picked a Super Nintendo game, Super Nintendo RPG. So of the 2 or 3 that I had left to replay, I picked one. I picked the one that it has been, I think, the longest time since I've played, and it's a game I've only played once, and that was Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together. So I've started recording that, and I'm doing it a little different than I've done tactical games in the past, because this is a big game. There's like 40, 50 stages in this game. It's like a 48-hour game-ish, from what I've been able to research on the thing. So instead of having it be a million billion parts of little individual 5 or 10 minute battles, I'm going to cram 2 or 3 battles into a video, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I'm going to be recording some more of that today. I don't know what we'll do after that. I'll have to go through the list and check. Speaking of new and upcoming things, we did finish streaming Backbone last month, which was excellent. Really enjoyed that game. I will pick up the prequel eventually, and we'll get that streamed as well, because I really enjoyed it. I want more of it. I need to know more about what's going on in that world. So that's the thing we're doing there. We started streaming Ether 1, which is supposedly similar to Dear Esther and Gone Home, and games of that ilk, which I have played and enjoyed. Mist, Seventh Guest, Ribbon, that kind of thing. We finished it. I think it's kind of disappointing. Whereas Dear Esther and Gone Home aren't really puzzle games, it's just walk and experience story things. Ether 1 does kind of have puzzles, Mist-ish like puzzles, not Seventh Guest, like here is your puzzle, you have to move the chess pieces, and then a cutscene plays, and then a door opens somewhere. It's not like that. It's pick up items, take it to a thing, do a thing with it, there's a combination lock, whatever. Now, Ether 1 started out interesting, and I was on board. And then we got to some puzzles that were just absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. And it took me out of the game so much. But it's done. It's fine. I don't think anything's going to be better than Dear Esther in that vein to me. But Ether 1 was not terrible. It looked okay. Ran like crap for some reason. And the puzzles are terrible. But other than that, it's fine. So we're going to be starting something new next Monday, and we've been doing enough of these, well, Monday be tomorrow, I guess. We've been doing enough of these noir-y, first-person, wander around, touch things, that I want, no combat kind of things. I want something wholly different. So there's a game that's on my list of games that I need to play that Scarlett sent me a million years ago, and we're going to stream that. And that game is Medieval for the PlayStation. He sent me 1 and 2. We're going to do 1, then we'll take a break, we'll play something else, then we'll come back and do the second one. I know very, very little about the game. It's not a game that I wanted to play. It's not a game in a style that interests me, but he paid for it, sent it to me, so he paid for me to play it, so I'm going to play it. Sorry it's taking me so long, buddy. That's what's going on there. We have the Groove Machine Soundtracks channel. It is up if you want to check it out on ye olde YouTube. As of right now, I'm just kind of slowly, once a week, putting up a playlist of some video game music. Currently, I've got, 15, 16 playlists or so, and kind of just going down the list as I come to a game that I've Let's Played that I don't have the soundtrack for. Mostly when I'm doing the podcasts, which we'll get to that in a second. I'm grabbing the soundtrack, making the videos, uploading it, and then they go live every Saturday. So the last one we just did was Aladdin for the Super Nintendo. Bayou Billy's on there, ActRaiser, All the Adventure Islands, Geppy X, Seventh Guest is there. Double Dragon Neon was a real popular one on the old channel, so I got it up kind of first. 8 Doors is up there, and that we're just going like that. So I've got a ton of those ready to go. All of my numbered and A Let's Plays. So Seventh Guest, 1980X, 8 Doors. That's when I say numbered. That's what I mean. And then A's, obviously, Abadox, AM2R, Anticipation, blah, blah, blah. So when those are all done, which will be about a month, I'll start working on the other ones. I'll probably start doing that sooner rather than later, but you get the idea. Other channel is up, and that is the Electric Leftovers podcast channel. If you want to check that out as well, it's all of the podcasts. Well, it's going to be all the podcasts that I have. There are some missing episodes, and we're starting back with just number 1. Episode 1, every couple of days, couple episodes go out. Once we get caught up to the episode near 300 something, 340 or so, that the show's currently at, then we'll pace that down to match the release times of the actual show. Had a couple people ask for this, so that's why I did this. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out. And everything's segregated. Let's Plays are on one channel, soundtracks are on one channel, podcasts on one channel. That way, if we run into any situations with anybody getting angry at me, you know, and I get some kickback from somebody like, why did you upload my video game and or soundtrack? I'm going to close your channel down. Then it won't be all of them. It'll just be the one that I have to mess with. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I'm going to go out of my way to try and make sure it doesn't happen. But I still am not 100% sure why it happened the first time, because it didn't seem legit the first time to me. That makes sense? Anyway, so that's what's up. For the month of March, you'll see some Final Fantasy VII here at the regular channel. Then there's obviously the other channels we just talked about. Still streaming every Monday on Twitch. Starting Medieval for that. And should I do have to find new living accommodations, there's enough stuff here that is scheduled out that it shouldn't impact any release dates or anything like that. Just, you know, it may slow things down a little bit, but I don't think it'll be anything that you guys run into. So I need to figure out what game I'm going to record to put behind this. I think I have an idea. I'm going to go, though. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you hanging out, subscribing, etc., etc. Sorry this was late. I said there's been stuff happening. I'm not going to do a fill, though. I'm not going to do a fill and say, I need you tips, I need you cheers, I need you to become members of the channel so I can have some money to spend on my bills, because my bills are your responsibility, because stuff. Anyway, see you, everybody.